Back to Great Day, Washington. When it comes to your relationship, are you cheap with the praise and abundant with the criticism?
Well, our next guest says, stop putting your love life on the dollar menu. Love and appreciation are free, so why not give a lot of it?
Well, he's the man we like to call the Love Doctor. He's a psychologist and the instructor of the online course, Fix My Marriage. Welcome, Dr. Alduan Tartt, to the show.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
Now, we asked Darren to stay because he's engaged, and we don't want you to take the Fix My Marriage online course.
Right.
We want it healthy from the start.
I'm here to take notes.
All right.
He's a smart man.
He's a smart guy, right? But you say multitasking in our culture is really a reason why people's relationships are strained. Tell us more.
We're not giving our relationships enough oxygen. We're not. We're trying to cheat our relationships. We're cheap with it. We give criticism, and the research shows you have to have a 5-to-1 ratio of positives to negatives for your relationship to feel good. But when we come home and we're on Instagram, we're on Netflix, and we're watching ESPN, Darren, we're not giving our spouses enough attention, and so relationships and marriages are dying simply because we're not giving them enough time.
So how often, you've got a soon-to-be newlywed, a newlywed, 10 years of marriage, so how often should we be giving that love?
Every day, 3 times a day according to the research, and it's especially men. We want more appreciation than wives because our egos are based upon how well you all judge us. Like you said,
that is very true.
Really?
That is very true. That's why that words of affirmation is big for a guy. That is very true. Go ahead, keep telling us. Keep telling them.
Let me get this right. So I have to say, I love and appreciate you. But can you take out the garbage, or do you just stop there?
No,
I love and appreciate you.
Darren would help me. You can say, baby, I appreciate you taking out the trash. I know it was raining. I know that tiger almost got you out there. I know it was treacherous out there. I just appreciate you being my husband and looking out for me and taking out the trash so I don't have to. Okay. That sounds minor, but that is everything. That's why we do it. That's oxygen for us.
I'm smiling because you're speaking facts right now. But you know, one thing that I was thinking about when you mentioned the Instagram, the ESPN, you know, we're big on social media, and there's times we're on the couch and we're just on Instagram and Twitter. How much does that actually affect our relationship?
It's not good because we're trying to get likes and views and finishes with a cell phone when our spouse is starving. When we first start dating, research shows we spend 50 of the 60 minutes of an hour date talking when you first start dating. And after you get married, it's 10 minutes. The kids are interrupting, you're multitasking, you're on ESPN, you're taking selfies of what your wife cooked, but not appreciating your wife or your husband. And so we have to spend more time stroking each other's egos and putting down the cell phone so that our relationships won't die.
I told the doctor before the show that if I post something on Facebook and my husband likes it, it makes me so happy.
So it works both ways. We need that
so sad.
Yes, you do. You know, but we should share these things live. We post it. You know, I found out that my wife got a promotion on Facebook.
Oh,
she was like, oh, I got a promotion. I was happy, and I was like, wait a minute, shouldn't I know that first? What's going on?
So call your husband, tell him the good stuff. But couples, a lot of times, you know, marriages are lifelong. So it's not always going to be highs. There are some lows. And when there are lows, married couples don't always know how to fix it. So where do you start, Dr. Tartt?
Well, one, you have to enrich on your marriage. You can change after 5 years, after 3 years, especially after having children. It's a different relationship. So what you have to do is that you have to take courses. You have to go to enrichment seminars. You have to enrich your marriage to learn the skills. When you first got married, did your husband or your wife tell you, this is how you resolve conflict with me? Baby, this is
no.
Right,
you learn as you go.
Right, because you'll find that one wants to talk about it, one wants to drop it to another time, don't talk about it in public, wait until later. And if those don't align, you'll find your marriage breaking.
So when is the time where if someone wants to talk, someone doesn't want to talk? How do you mend that together to find the perfect time?
You have to talk about it. So when I first got married, you know, my wife and I started talking, and when I get mad, I go take a shower. So I was getting upset. I didn't want to say something I regret, so I got in the shower. She came in the shower, which is against the rules.
Right.
All right, and I started screaming, get out the shower. She said, babe, I'm trying to talk. Well, I was trying to calm down.
You needed your cooling off time, but she followed you in and keeping
while I'm taking a shower.
Okay.
I took a shower for an hour. I did.
Okay, before we let you go, you have this online course. It's called Fix My Marriage. What are the benefits of taking a digital course versus walking into the doctor's office?
Because men like Darren and myself, even we are hesitant to go to couples counsel. I can't tell you how many wives say, we need to go in, we need to go in. And men don't go in to the bitter end, and that's a mistake. because women have a better gauge of where the relationship is. And when men listen too late, a lot of times the relationship's gone. So this is for couples to do it yourself at home. Not only does the course have instructions, it also has worksheets, but it also has scriptures and scriptures and prayer, since I'm also a minister.
That is awesome. Well, I think we can even hook the course up to our smart TVs, get it on that big screen where the guys like to watch the sports on, and then, you know, maybe we'll save some marriages. Thank you so much, Dr. Tartt. Thank you, Darren, for sharing.
Congratulations.
My marriage